So hello everyone, this is Rahul. Welcome to the YouTube channel of V4AI. And in this series, we are focusing on some interview questions related to SQL for data analyst, data scientist position. So we'll be just starting the series. And here I have this data set which I have curated, a passengers data set. It's with the name passenger, and we have four columns: name, age, departure city, and arrival city. So these are the four columns. There's a very simple question which a recruiter can ask. It can be about age, it can be about name. So the first question that we are going to answer is the first question is write a query to get data of passengers whose name does not start with a vowel. So we are supposed to return the rows which don't start with a vowel. Okay. So for this purpose, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to return a couple of rows from all the rows from this with certain condition which follow certain conditions. So we will be using where as well. Select star from table name from passengers, right? Up as we want to check a condition, so we can simply use where. Now what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to check whether the first letter is a vowel or not, right? So for checking first letter, I'm going to actually show you the approach so that later on you will be able to understand and figure it out by yourself, because that is the my main purpose of creating these videos, not just to provide you the answers but thinking it logically so that you will be able to solve the questions by yourself. Okay, so what we are supposed to do is we want to check the first letter of the name. So for that purpose, I think we should be checking some strings, right? So if I simply ask you to do this, that substring function, there's a substring function in SQL by which we can extract a part of the string. So if you want to extract three characters from a string starting in the position 1, then you can write select substring SQL tutorial. This will be the name, right? And starting from the first character for next three characters. So it will return the first three characters of that string. Similarly, in our case, what we want is we are going to pass name as a variable, and starting from the first letter, and what is going to be the length is also going to be just 1, because we just want to check whether it starts from a vowel or not. So one more thing, as the names can are starting from capital letter, but there can be a typing error in the data set. So it's better to always convert the data to lowercase or maybe uppercase. As a like convention, we prefer converting it to lowercase, so we'll be converting it to lowercase using lower function. Lower, then as we just read, we can use substring, substring, substring. Then we are going to pass in name as a variable name starting from the first position, and the length will also be 1. Just close the bracket of lower function, and now we want the first letter, that is, suppose Alice, the first letter of Alice is A, and this should not be, does not start, right? So we don't want it to start with not in A, all the vowels A, E, I, O, U, right? So this letter should not belong to this list. That's how you can write it. I think it's a bit clear to you guys now. If you have any doubt, just let me know in the comments, right? So select star from passengers where lower substring name starting from first letter, and the length will also be 1. So first letter, we guys are going to get the first letter. It should not be an A, E, I, O, U, right? So this is going to be the approach. And if similarly, if somebody asks you a question, write a query to get the data of passengers whose name starts with. In this question, let's say here we were asked not starting with, but in this case we have been asked whose name starts with a vowel, right? So starts with a vowel case mein what are we going to do? We are simply going to write in a similar manner, but just a little bit different. Select star from passengers. So similarly, just the difference will be lower substring itna, not in ki jagah we are just going to put an in, because we want the name to be starting with a vowel. So name in A E I O U. That's all. So this is the way we guys are going to get this the names starting with a vowel and the names that are not starting with a vowel, right? I think it's clear now. So another question they can ask is a very simple one. Write a query to get the average age, or your boss can simply come and he can ask, the can you tell me the average age of passengers? How will you do it? So in that case, you can simply use average function. So select average age from passengers. That's all, right? If they ask to find average age of passengers who departed from the city New York, then just enter a condition where departure city is New York. Something like this can be done. So a couple of different kind of questions can be generated from this, and I think you are able to understand what I'm trying to say. We'll be covering a lot more questions in the next set of videos. So just stay tuned, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you'll be notified as and when we post the next set of videos. And we'll be discussing plenty of questions which will help you to prepare for the interviews of data analyst, data scientist, business analyst. So just stay tuned and good luck for your interviews.